All right, so my students during the school closure have been struggling with reviewing solving linear equations. So this video is to help them, give them a few examples to run through. I wish that I still had them in my classroom. This is difficult. So I'm just gonna write down a few problems, go through them. How I'm gonna be solving them is using inverse operations. So if I need to cancel out addition, I'll use subtraction. If I need to cancel out subtraction, I'll use addition. If I need to cancel out multiplication, I'll divide. If I need to cancel out division, I will multiply. All right, so those are the inverse operations I will be using to solve these equations. So I'm gonna start off simple and work up. So these are gonna be one-step equations. So if I have, let's say, x plus 5 equals 8. Well, I'm gonna go to my inverse operations. I need x by itself. I need this by itself. This is next to it. I need to get rid of this. So this is by itself. Well, how do I get rid of addition? The inverse of that is subtraction. So I'm gonna subtract 5. Now what you do to one side, you do to the other side. That is the rule. What you do to one side, what I do to the left side, I need to do to the right side. All right, so that cancels out, and I just have, I'm gonna drop my equal sign, and now I just have x over here. Well, 8 minus 5 happens to be 3. X is by itself, that's my solution. X equals 3, that's it. All right, so I did my inverse operation to both sides and got my solution. All right. Do another step one. What if I have x over -4 equals 2? Well, when I have fractions, fractions are division. So this x is being divided by a -4. So what's the inverse operation of division? Multiplication. So I'm gonna multiply by -4, because that's what's being divided. This is the number that is doing the dividing. All right, and that's what I need to get rid of. I'm also going to over here multiply by -4, because what I do to one side, I gotta do to the other side. That's the rule. All right, cancels out. That's the whole point. It cancels out. I wanted to get rid of it, I got rid of it. So I'm gonna drop my equal sign. I have x by itself. 2 times -4 is -8. X is by itself now. It's my answer, right? One step. My one step was multiplication. I did it to both sides. I got my answer. All right, now let's work up to a two-step one. So let's say I have 4 minus 3x equals 13. Now, the biggest question when students are first learning this is, what do I do first? A lot of students are going to go straight in PEMDAS, which is great. I love that students remember PEMDAS. Is in their mind, they've been ingrained to think that multiplication comes first. So I need to cancel that out first. Aren't I going to divide by 3, Mr. Walters? No. When you're simplifying, when you learn how to do PEMDAS, you're going forwards. What we're trying to right now do is inverse, which I'm trying to invert. And if you know your vocabulary, invert means to undo the process. So I actually am going to be doing PEMDAS backwards. So what we want to cancel out first, and I'll write that up there, is, let's do it right here, is when we're solving equations, for the most part, is we're usually going to be working backwards. Because this is simplified, I need to work backwards to get the x. So I'm actually going to cancel out. Now another question I get is, what is this for? It's not adding 4, but it is a positive 4. And how do you get rid of positive things? With subtraction. So this isn't actually, there might not be a plus in front of it, but that is a positive 4. So I need to get rid of that first. I don't want to say you need to, but it makes the math a whole lot easier and more simple if you do this first. All right, and like I did the other side. So I'm gonna drop my equal sign. This is now gone, I got rid of it, whole point. So now I just have negative 3x. 13 minus 4 is 9. That is a terrible 9. All right, now we can get rid of the multiplication. All right, and to get rid of multiplication, I am going to divide. So I'm going to divide by negative 3. Not just 3, I'm going to divide by negative 3 because I want to get rid of this whole thing. All right, I want to get rid of that whole thing. So I divide by negative 3 over here. What I do to one side, I do to the other side. That goes away. That goes away. Now I just drop my equal sign one more time. I have x equals 9 divided by 3 is 3. What's a positive divided by a negative? Hopefully everybody has learned that that is a negative. So there's my answer. I got x by itself now. This was a 2-step, right? First step was subtraction. Second step was division. 2-step problem. Let's do another one. I'm gonna work up to a 3-step one. So let's say I have 2 times x plus 4 equals, let's do 20. This one, I will need to do something before I cancel out this addition, because this isn't simplified yet. To simplify this, I need to do distribution. I need to distribute that 2 to both of those, and that's with multiplication. So I'm going to get 2x plus 8 equals 20. Now I'm going to do, I simplified it. Now I'm going to do PEMDAS backwards. So I'm going to get rid of addition first. So minus 8, drop my equal sign. I get 2x, because that's gone, equals 12. Now in my last step, I have multiplication. I'm going to cancel out multiplication with division. So I'm going to divide by 2, that's gone. Drop my equal sign, x equals 6. That's my answer, x equals 6. My first step, second step, third step. 3-step problem. I really suggest math needs to be done vertical. I teach my students to really try and keep their equal signs in a straight line. So you have your left and your right side separated, so you know what you do on the left side, you do the right side. Now this next example is one where when students are learning this really struggle. That's when we have a variable on both sides. So 2x plus 3 equals, let's say 5x minus 12. I always suggest to my students is to do something with the x's first. You need to pick which side you're going to want the variable on. And a good way to think about this is to think about which side currently has the most x's. And I'm going to say that's the left side. We have 5 x's and 2 x's. So I'm actually going to want to move these x's over there. I don't want to say move them over there because I'm not going to let's not use that actually. I'm not gonna move them there. I'm not gonna throw 2 x's and then have 7 x's. That's not what I'm gonna do. What I wanna do is I wanna take away the x's from this side. I wanna cancel them out so that I only have x's over here. And I've chosen to do that because this side has more x's. So I'm going to, is this a positive or a negative 2x? It's a positive. So I'm going to subtract 2x, and I'm going to subtract 2x. Now another mistake that students sometimes make is they don't know which of these two things I need to subtract 2x from. This has an x, and this has an x. So you subtract these ones. These x's do not combine with this 12 or this 30. All right, whole point, that's gone. So I have 3 equals 5 minus 2. And then I'm just gonna drop, I did nothing with this guy, so I still just have minus 12 over there. Okay. I know I don't need to do anything with these x's yet. I know that I have x's over here. I want just numbers over here now. So I need to get rid of this. And what's the inverse operation of subtraction? Addition. So I'm gonna add 12. I'm gonna add 12. So now I've gotten rid of the x's that are over here. Now I'm getting rid of these numbers so that they're over here. So 3 plus 12, 15, drop your 3x. That's just, ah gosh, that looks like a, I don't know what I got going on there. So now I got 3x. So we've done one step, second step. Now I'm on to my third step. I have multiplication, 3 times x. How do I get rid of multiplication? Division. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So this is now my third step. And I'm going to get 15 divided by 3 is 5. And that will equal x. So that was just a 3-step problem. It's this first part is you have to make a decision on what side do you want the x's on and move those, and then just get the numbers on the other side. And when I say numbers, I mean the numbers that don't have an x by them. Get those on the left side, the right side. You just need them separated on the left and right sides. All right. Last example, I'm gonna go through this one a little bit more quickly so this video isn't super duper long. Let's do one where we're gonna get it on the other side. So let's do 6x plus 3 equals negative 2x minus 2. Did I put an L over there? That was not the left side. I don't know what I'm thinking. This is the left side. I just noticed I did that. That's the left side. And I'm choosing the left side because 6x is definitely more than negative 2x's. So I'm gonna get these x's over here. And those are negative, so I'm going to cancel out with addition. So that's gone. And now I combine these, so I get 8x plus 3 equals negative 2. So I got my negative 2 here, I brought my 3 down, I added those together, and I got 8x. Well, now I cancel out the x's, now I need to cancel out 3. So minus 3, minus 3. So I'm going to drop my 8x down, so I got 8x equals negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Now this one's not going to come out super pretty, but I'm down to my last step finally, and that is division. Because this is multiplication, and I'm going to cancel out by dividing. Cancel it out by dividing. And I'm going to have x equals, I can't simplify this. I don't want my students to simplify this. I also don't want it as a decimal. Don't use your calculator. Just leave it as negative 5 over 8. Just leave it like that. Leave it as a fraction. That's the exact answer. All right, well, I hope that helps my students. I hope that helps